Welcome to IT by Design's Culture and Career Corner with CEO Sunny Kaila. Today's guest is Rency Villanueva, Executive Assistant to the President at ITBD. Today, they chat about Rency's career journey, ITBD culture, her top 3 lessons for future generations of professionals, and so much more. Over to you, Sunny.
Rency, welcome to Culture and Career Corner of IT by Design.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Let's start with your life journey, your career journey. Tell us a little bit more about your life.
Sure. Career journey. It's sweet, beautiful, and it's awesome. So far, joining ITBD since last year, I never felt that it was just last year. It's like I've known you guys for that long. And, as an EA, they tend to, you're supposed to like support executives, support people, and you don't have time to like mingle or like have friends at work, especially that we're working remotely. And what I say beautiful and sweet and it's awesome, it's because I never felt that I have to go to work every day. And I always look forward working, like meeting people. It's because people here at IT by Design is so awesome. And, they have this misconception about EA that EAs are the colleagues at work that everyone knows, but nobody wants to be because you tend to do a lot of work. But since I'm a person who's really obsessed with staying organized and, making everyone's life easier, that really resonates with how I value the things that I do now and aim to be the best at it. And I think I have applied that same passion in joining the company, ITBD last year. So I meet a lot of people, meet great talented people. And so far I'm learning a lot from you guys. And one thing that makes my journey so sweet and so just normal is I didn't set any expectations on anyone and to any people. And that I think that's what really I just do my job and do my best at it. And I think that's really important on one's journey or a career's journey. I have to be, I have to just be the best of everything that I do or do the best of it, anything. So yeah, it's really awesome to be here.
Where did you go to college? What did you do in college?
My college journey was really not that good, Sunny. I must say, but I learned a lot during college. I learned to be independent. I studied in a state university here in Manila, and I studied psychology. And it was not a good experience because I did start as an education student. I started enrolling for an education role, a secondary education majoring in English, but then I didn't really enjoy it because of the people or the environment. It really didn't suit me. So I transferred to a psychology class wherein I was able to like see myself and in it and learning behaviors of people, and I enjoyed myself. And after that, I started working.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about, you said the environment in college was not well aligned with what I was looking for. So,
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit more about like what was the challenge or what was the misalignment and what was the learning from there?
I think it's really important for you to have an environment that fits what you need and what you want. For example, me, back then in college, there's a lot of bullies in school. And that didn't motivate me. It actually demotivated me. So it affects how I do at school. But then being self-aware also that this is not the environment that fits me. So I started looking for an environment or people that I want to be with, which is those psychology students that I think, I wanted I think I've seen myself an interest in learning people's behavior and, life as well. So I find myself in that field.
Okay. That's good. I think the learning that we can kind of share with our next generation, where they are still probably either thinking of college, like my kids,
Yeah.
that it's okay if you join a college or a major that you are not enjoying. You don't
Yeah.
like, just take your time to think about that and see if that fits you, and make your decision. It's okay to make your early decisions and really kind of really be in a happy place where it's aligned with what you want to do, with your passion, in terms of your major, right? So it's really important for people to know that when you're bullied, it's okay to ask for help. When you are around people where it's not a very positive environment, it's okay to change that environment. So there are many factors that can come in where people don't feel satisfied and happy in college. And it's okay to take your time and make a decision for yourself.
Finding yourself, that's really important.
Yeah. Let's move on to our second question, which is, how would you describe IT by design culture?
Oh, well, like being happy is like an understatement to describe ITBD's culture, or having a happy community. I think it will be an understatement for me, because really it's beyond that. ITBD's culture is like a family, treating you like a family, being protective of you. They our culture of being a family is, they always consider you, they listen to you, um you value our opinion, you appreciate us. And yeah, I think having a family, like an extended family, ITBD is like my extended family. I feel that I just don't feel that I am protected, or that you are concerned to me or to us, your employees, but we see it in your actions.
Awesome. So it feels like a family. It
It
feels
is.
like we are being there for each other, because it's always a two-way street.
It is.
Relationships are two-way street, and as per our collaborative way practice,
Yeah.
which is one of the practice, is being there for each other.
There for each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Okay, so let's move on to our next question, which is my favorite question, because with this question, I learned so much from people. And the whole purpose of this podcast is to share what we know with the rest of the world, that if there is some learning, something that can help people, and we can make a positive impact on others, that is the purpose. So the question is, while you're writing your story, your life story, which we always talk about, our health story, our family story, our career story, our legacy story, there are a lot of lessons that you must have learned. And I would like you to share your top 3 lessons that you have learned so far from your life.
Yeah. For life lessons that I wanted to share and probably, inspire someone out there who's listening. I think the first one is relationships. As an EA, I've learned on my career to to build first and value the relationships you have with the people you meet with. It's true that the people we meet, we learn from them, but I've learned that we also have to build that connection and value our relationships with them. I call them connections. So I think it's important to have um, you know, to have someone out there for you, to look out for you, be there for you, and you are to them. Like what you said, Sunny, it's a two-way street. When you build relationships, that's why it's important for me. It's because it's a two-way street. You will be there for them, and they will, that someone will be there for you as well.
Yeah. Okay. So number one life lesson is relationships.
Yeah.
That be intentional about building a relationship that you care about, that matters to you. Yes?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's a line they say that no man is an island.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that reminds me that we are really we're bound to need help from other people. That's why we have to value and build relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's the first
how about your second life lesson?
second one would be a growth mindset. I've learned this, that having a growth mindset as on your career, it takes you it takes you somewhere, like lifelong learning. I've learned that from you, Sunny. And one thing I would always remind myself is to always consider others as better person than you. This reminds me to to be grounded and to see that there's people out there, or I mean, you learn from the people around you, and that aspires me to do more.
Yeah. Okay. So growth mindset. So what are you doing that you recommend other professionals can do in terms of being a growth mindset, being humble, and lifelong learner? So what are you doing? How are you implementing this in your life?
I think I've shared this with you during when you were here in Manila, that I started reading again. It was like years that I've stopped. I love reading. I've always loved reading since and I think being back at that habit, it made me um you know it's important that you learn even in the small things, like reading a book or watching an informational show that will allow you to expand what you know, and to be to share it to other people. And um I've read this somewhere that it says that you have to invest in things that has eternal value, and I believe that. And I think reading and learning is that is an eternal, that has eternal value rather. So having that mindset, like growth mindset, it will allow you to have some peace in yourself that will last, that you will share in the future, that one day you will impact other people or future generations with what you know.
Yeah. And how about the third life lesson?
The third one is value creation. I say it's because um this has been a personal learning throughout my life, I think. It's because sometimes it's not just about earning. It's about extending help to, or extending extra help to other people, not just to your work, but to your family, to your friends. And my goal ever since I started my career is to always put a smile on someone else's face, because that will make them happy, but it adds value to yourself as well. It will make you smile too.
Yeah. Give me an example, Rency. Like, how are you putting smiles on people's faces? I know your role, but in like a team environment, do you have any example to share where
I have
you
a
can give
lot.
that example of value creation?
I think in work perspective, Sunny, it's because I found my purpose in supporting people, or supporting executives. And I think one of the best example is to do more than what is expected from you. For example, as an EA, we're we're not just managing someone's calendar, or you know do the calendar, send their schedules, but you also have to have that mindset that apart from doing your work, or, it's not just about extending time, because some people might think that doing extra for people is extending extra time for them. Yeah, that's true. But I think it's your motive. It's your heart. It's what you give to that person, which is, for example, you're arranging their schedule, their calendar. You just don't arrange it. You have to look at it, that do they have their energy to do it?
Yeah.
You have to think outside of the box. But what if they just got out from another meeting? Do you think they have the energy to do this next meeting? You have to think that way. It's not always extending time outside work, or your EA's life is not really 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever. It's having that what do you call this? It's having that extra mile, is seeing them, or seeing their what they do, like in a wider perspective.
Yeah, and I have many examples, Rency. For example, you don't have to come to the airport to receive me. That's, that is like going above and beyond, right? You did not have to do a lot of things when I was visiting to support me there. Could be, kind of looking for offices, doing things that are not in your job duties list. But you did those. Training other administrative staff is not in your job duty, but you do it from your heart to be helpful, useful to others. And that's why your colleagues, they love you, because they're getting all that help and support from you that you don't have to. You are doing it, and when they have options to go to people, you are their number one person to go to, because you have earned the right to be that person in their life, because you do that with a smile, with a good heart, and you really your stuff as well. So they learn something from you, and that's why they come to you. You give them the comfort to come to you. So that is value creation, not only with your job duties or scorecard that you have, but a lot more that you can do. So that's why we all appreciate you a lot here. And is there any okay, so can you recap your learnings in terms of 3 top life lessons learned?
Yeah. To recap that, it's building and valuing relationships. Second is to have a growth mindset. So you put some time to, read a book. Put like an hour or even 30 minutes. Have yourself an extra time to, develop yourself. It's not always about work. It's not always about lifestyle. It's also about what you put in your mind. Good stuff. And third is, value creation. Do extra mile, for not just for yourself, but for people around you. Believe me, to whoever is watching, if you're an EA or whatever you do, having extra mile on anything that you do, it will definitely put a smile on someone else's face.
Yeah, wow, this is amazing. So much to learn from Rency. And these are really, really awesome 3 lessons that can help anyone in this world, because relationships are always going to be at the center. If we don't know how to build relationships and maintain relationships, then life is tough. If there's only one life skill that we can have is building and maintaining relationships, what I normally say is earning money is easier than earning people. Earn people, money will follow you. So relationships. The second is growth mindset. And there's a huge, there's a book on this called Growth Mindset versus Fixed Mindset. And the name of the book is Mindsets. So there's so much to learn from that second lesson, which is being that growth mindset, being open-minded, learning in any opportunity that you get, from reading to just learning from your experiences where you're not winning, but you're learning. You can learn only if you have openness to learn. So having that mindset to learn. And third is value creation, which is, create more value than what you receive in payments or what you're required to do. And you will have accelerated path, career path, and you will have a great life, and you will be able to unlock your life potential if you adopt these ideas, these learnings, these takeaways. So thank you so much, Rency, for coming to my show, sharing your life journey, sharing how you view ITBD culture and your biggest lessons that you have learned so far. So thank you, Rency.
You're welcome. And thank you too. Thanks for having me, Sunny.